Kimani. Today I'm going to be showing you two different foods, ramen and Kool-Aid. You're in front of the Safeway, for all you goons, it's the Safeway next to the Valley Fair. And I'm going to be showing you exactly why these two foods are really great and you should go buy some. Let's go inside. This is Maruchan Ramen. Most likely you've either heard of it or seen it if you haven't tried it yourself. Today I'm preparing it in the best way I know how. First, I'm going to show you exactly why a lot of people, like college students, love this stuff. And one of the main reasons is right here. Price. As you can see right now, if you have a Safeway Club card, you can get 24 packets for $2.88. I've seen it go as low as a dime a piece. 10 packets for $1 is 10 whole meals. It's a great deal in anyone's book. Now this stuff is not too hard to prepare. It makes about that much in the size of a medium saucepan, and it's really delicious. Now this is Kool-Aid. It's very similar to ramen, but for some reason it's not quite as appreciated or taken advantage of as ramen is. Now when it comes to solid foods, it's very difficult to get sort of a mass to price ratio going on because it's solid. If it comes to liquids such as Kool-Aid, it's a lot easier. Generally in supermarkets, it's listed as dollars per fluid ounce, although it usually boils down to a couple cents per fluid ounce.
If you look in the soda sections, the prices range from about $1.40 for name brands or under $1 for more generic store names. Juices are much more expensive as they're not simply sugar and water. Although they are healthier, this comparison you're doing is more about getting the most satisfaction for your dollar. Now, the Kool-Aid right here is going for 10 packets for $3. I've seen the stuff go as low as 10 packets for a single $1, just like the ramen at other stores on occasion. However, you need one more ingredient. Sugar. Sugar, luckily, is quite inexpensive. This Safeway brand bag only goes for $2.50. Now keep in mind the cents per ounce we saw before, and let's do the math. A general 2-liter of soda is the same as 67.6 fluid ounces. To be fair, I'll use the cheapest soda in the comparison, the Safeway Select brand. 89 cents with the Safeway Club card. In cents per ounce, this is about 1.316 cents per ounce. Now, we're also looking at making about 2 liters of Kool-Aid from a single packet, but we'll need to calculate the price. 30 cents a packet is most common, although it can be found cheaper, but we'll use 30 cents for our calculation anyway. We also need to calculate sugar. From my personal experiences, the $2.50 sized bag will work for about 13 to 15 packets of Kool-Aid. For argument's sake, we'll say 14 packets. 2 liters of Kool-Aid come out to about 47.86 cents, or 0.718 cents per fluid ounce. When it comes to price, you really can't beat what you see on the screen.
Now maybe it's because most people remember this stuff as a legendary treat from their childhood, a rare drink for a special occasion. Or maybe it's just that people don't want to make the effort of putting it together. Either way, it's not used as casually as it logically should be, because not only is it ridiculously cheap, it's ridiculously good. First off, we're going to make the ramen. Besides the packet of ramen itself, you're going to need 4 things. Saucepan, fork, stovetop, and sink. So what you need to do, take your pan, you put your packet in. You do this so that you can tell what kind of water level you need. You take it out and then you put the water into that level. That looks about even. Now I'm going to turn on the burner. You're going to let it heat up for a little while. About halfway is a good temperature. You're going to let it heat up for a while until it gets boiling. Then we're going to open up the packet and put the noodles in. Now the water's boiling. We're going to open up the package and put it in there. When you get it nice and under there, just let it go until noodles get nice and soft. What you want to do is you want to stick your fork in there and start twisting it. Just put your fork right into the noodles and start twisting it. It's going to break them apart, make it less of a rectangular shape. It's pretty hot, so be careful. that you want to get those noodles so that they fill the entirety of the bowl. You don't want to keep it as a rectangle. Break them apart. Get nice and good. That looks nice. Once it gets to the point where you see the little tiny bubbles forming around the noodles, and that's about ready. You can turn it off right then. Now, what you want to do, right as you turn it off, you want to put in the flavoring. And you want to stir it around. What you're going to do there is let it sit. Let it sit there until a lot of the water evaporates. What's going to happen is that the water isn't going to evaporate, but the flavor isn't. The flavor is going to go right into the noodles, marinating right there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long it takes for it to get cold enough for you to eat it. While the ramen's sitting, I'm going to make the Kool-Aid. Besides the Kool-Aid itself, we're going to need 4 things. A cup of sugar, a pitcher to put your concoction in, stirring spoon, and tap water. First thing you need to do is put the sugar in the pitcher. Now we're going to put in the Kool-Aid. Before you put it in, you want to shake it up a little bit. And you want to open it and pour it into the pitcher. Now we're going to put in the water. Some people like to put ice cubes in at this step because they want to have it right away. But if I'm just going to refrigerate it, then it's not really an issue. Now, I usually fill it up to a little bit below the pouring line. Right there. A little bit below there, and I think that's about fine. Now you want to stir it up. So all that sugar's at the bottom as well as all the Kool-Aid. Before you finish, you want to make a little bit of a clawing motion at the bottom of the pitcher. That way you can tell if there's any sugar left. It seems to be all dissolved, so that's about done. That's good stuff. If you excuse me, I have some Oriental spice noodle strands to consume. See ya.